Greetings, my experienced friend. Tell me, what's the secret to victory? Yes, I've heard about steady hands. What else? Not sure what to say? While your head is busy with analytics, I'll tell you a story about a Fletcher, written by a player named penguinsstar from the North American server. This fellow is a wizard. However, as it goes, seeing once is better than hearing twice, so let's watch. Any wizard has rules. The first one reads, in domination mode, destroyers should immediately rush to the nearest key area. Our hero is accompanied by her twin sisters. Who knew this would be the last area captured by our hero? But I'm getting carried away again. So, we're inside the area, but the enemies are blocking its capture. Enemy smoke screens ahead. The matchmaker was generous to assign 4 destroyers to each team. On the opposing side, they are all Americans. You should expect many torpedoes and very long smoke screens, and we've already lost an allied Fletcher. Well, here's the second rule for destroyers. You see smoke, throw torpedoes into it. And as many as 2 gearings received a torpedo surprise. This is what I call magic. I wish the torpedoes had dealt more damage. But the third rule says, if you haven't finished them off with a torpedo, finish them with your guns. This should be the first frag, but the Allied Baltimore was a bit faster. That's okay, there are still 11 enemies left. As for the Allies, well, it's time we followed the 4th rule. Cover your neighbor with smoke. While Fletcher was deploying the smokescreen, she suffered an unpleasant high-explosive strike, which was definitely intended for the ally. Well, this happens. Even more disappointing is that Baltimore didn't appreciate our efforts and didn't even stop in the smoke. Goodbye, my friend. Meanwhile, the score is 322 to 526 in favor of the red team. The enemies control areas C and D. Our hero is all alone on her flank. 2 battleships, 2 cruisers, and a gearing are ahead. The latter is willing to capture the area. Fletcher must have recalled the 5th rule. The destroyer is not a battleship. She'll always manage to run away. So our hero carefully snuck up to the smoke from which Gearing was firing her guns. And this time, rule number 2, the one about launching torpedoes into smoke, worked perfectly. First frag scored. Now we can take the area and a breather. But no. Fletcher decided to rely on her concealment and the 6th rule. You've loaded torpedoes. Fire them towards the enemies. Enemy Kehrfirst and then Rhone experienced it in full, especially the German cruiser. But we'll come back to that a bit later. Nevertheless, this didn't stop the enemies, and they steadily kept moving to Area A. Though our hero isn't Kutuzov, and Area A isn't Moscow, sometimes it's very reasonable to retreat and temporarily leave an important position. Proving the effectiveness of this maneuver, a torpedo caused flooding on Rhone, and Fletcher's primary armament set her on fire. No wonder our hero was awarded the Liquidator Medal for this frag. The next round was much more serious. Yamato and Kehrfirst stepped into Area A, and you can't really approach them. Their secondary armament is so powerful that even a cruiser would be quickly destroyed by a hail of shells. The 7th rule is helpful in situations like this. Set a smokescreen and make those battleships use their damage control party while your torpedoes are reloading. And after they reloaded, Fletcher scored the 3rd frag and earned the high caliber achievement. The score evened out for a short time, with both teams controlling 2 areas. The 3rd round of the fight for Key Area A begins. This time it's Kehrfirst versus St. Louis. Hiding in smoke and knocking off the capture? That would have been too easy, plus we've only got 1 smokescreen left. Fletcher decides to make the task more difficult. She chooses to fire her guns while constantly maneuvering, but she overestimated her strength and soon found herself under fierce enemy fire. The 8th rule was written especially for situations like this. If you come under enemy fire, stop shooting and retreat. Phew, that helped. Managed to get away just in time, but the Kehrfirst won't be able to get away from our hero in a situation like this. Oops! I'm skipping ahead of the story again. Meanwhile, the score is already 677 to 782. The red team has finally captured Area A and is aiming to take B. Less than 5 minutes are left till the end of the battle, and I can't believe it. The Allies are beginning to return. Last smokescreen. And a portion of HE shells to St. Louis. Salvo. Another one. And one more. Confederate earned. The Allied battleship virtually wipes away the French enemy with AP shells. Great. We're ahead again. 764 to 760. Enemy Mogami is approaching, and our hero focuses attention on her. HE shells, torpedoes, more HEs, and again the Allies help us deal with the cruiser. Less than 2 minutes remain till the end of the battle. The opposing team has a carrier and Grosse Kurfürst. Staying far away, our hero starts raining HE shells upon the German ship's deck. She won't get away from us. Kurfürst did try to turn the tide, but time was inevitably running out. The battle is over. Victory. Well thought out tactics, attacking and defending of key areas, constant maneuvers. Our hero showed how to play a perfect game with a destroyer, following all the rules. Fletcher proved that you can win a battle on your own. And though she sunk only 3 battleships, she defended a key area as many as 25 times, dealt almost 275,000 damage, and earned 13,000 experience, of which 3,700 is base XP. The results are impressive. For this great battle, penguinsstar gets the Sea Smackdown commemorative flag, doubloons, and universal recognition. And if you, my friend, win battles following your own rules, send me a replay.